Our first encounter with giant bears. We're nearly peeing our pants. The Kodiak bear looks terrifying. The yearlings, her cubs from last year, try to catch some fish. Even though they still lack in practice, they put in a lot of physical effort. The salmon flee with the flow of the river, so the cubs have to be fast. The abundance of fish on this island is probably the main reason that a giant bear breed has been able to spread here. Kodiak bears belong to the same species as mountain grizzlies, so-called Ursus arctos, known as brown bears. We can only see the salmon-eating bear close in front of us in our viewfinder. But where are the others?
Tell me, what is the old bear doing right now?
She looks quite calm. Everything seems to be fine all around.
We are not very comfortable in our skin. Especially the big bear quickens our pulse. Calmly she approaches the camera, closer and closer, and suddenly she gets wind. Now she smells us. Lord have mercy. That's over 3 meters of bear, more than 800 kilograms of power. The cubs flee to their mother, and together they leave. Bears are not aggressive. They usually try to avoid possible trouble, and also filmmakers like us. Some beautiful spring days have passed before our next grizzly encounter. This time it is a bear like from the wildest stories, a quaint animal with a huge skull, strong and healthy. It's an old bear, a grizzly straight out of the book. Something's going on. The bushes next to the bear are shaking. Who would dare to get so close to the strongest animal in Alaska's wilderness? Of course, she has cubs. The little bears were playing in the bushes. A grizzly mother with her cubs. We can hardly contain our joy. This is exactly what we've dreamed of. A mother bear lets her cubs play in front of our camera, without fear or aggression. This is amazing. Since the white man has come to North America, grizzlies have been persecuted. Out of fear, out of hatred, and out of unreason. It's mid-June and the cubs are now 4 months. They were born during her mother's hibernation. It must have been in February, in the middle of winter, and somewhere in a burrow. Young bears weigh only 450 grams at birth, so they are tiny. Their mother, who weighs 500 times more, carefully takes them in her arms and holds them to her chest. This is how they spend the first 2 to 3 months of their lives. They're sucking milk until they leave the winter den at the beginning of May. Then they roam the vast Alaskan mountains together with their mother. Bears are solitary creatures. A mother forms a complete family with her cubs. The father is not tolerated now. He was only indispensable last year in June at the wedding. Mother bear's education is practical. In time, the little ones have to learn what is important for life. For example, crossing a wild river. Of course, the first time it doesn't work without howls of protest. That was a courageous leap. The cubs trust their mother's guidance. She will know best and not ask anything impossible of her children. While the mother waits patiently, the second cub gathers more courage. Mother bear trots on as if she wants to go without him. That does the trick. Wet and light-hearted after the adventure he just survived, the young bear runs ahead. But it is not long before he becomes afraid of his own courage. Mother bear plays with the cub. She rarely does. It seems like some kind of reward, like recognition of bravery in the experience with the river. The prospect of juicy grass lures the bears to the mountains. The cubs play as usual, but in between the play, they start to get serious about life. They are interested in everything the old bear does. And right now she is eating grass. That amazes most people. The grizzly grazes like a cow. Plants make up 90% of its main diet. The cubs try their first plants and grasses. Their main food later on is only a supplement to their mother's milk they are having at the moment. One cub is tired of eating grass. It would rather play. It calls on its sibling to join in. This is a popular game. Many mammals know it. It's called the King of the Castle. The rules are simple. Bear 1 mimes the king of the castle on the rock. Bear 2 has to push him down. The role of the king is often voluntarily given up as an incentive to join in. It doesn't matter what it's about, whether it's conquering the king's throne or playing catch. Young mammals spend most of the day playing. In play, they learn the limits of their own movement, gain experience in dealing with conspecifics, and test maturing social behaviors. Playing also develops the personality. Mother bear wakes up from her sleep. She throws a quick glance. Her cubs are well behaved. She can continue her slumber peacefully. At this age, the young bears are hardly threatened by enemies. They are now too big for a surprise attack by the golden eagle and all other enemies to not dare to come near the mother bear. So if we disregard humans, nothing can interfere with the cubs' play. Mother bear with her cubs. Our little bear family.